Hi, welcome to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. I'm your guitar instructor, Dwayne Jenkins. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to improve our understanding of playing rhythm by learning a little bit about chord embellishment theory. Okay, so if you're not too sure what that is, stick around and I'll show you. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for future notifications so you'll be notified when I load up my next video, okay? Now, one of the things that's really important with playing guitar is being really good at playing rhythm. You gotta know how to do that, okay? And that's what we're gonna look at today, is talk a little bit of how chord embellishment theory can help us improve our rhythm playing. Let's take a look. Now, when it comes to playing rhythm, one of the things that you want to master are chords, okay? So if you're a rhythm player, master your chords. The more you know about your chords, the better you're going to be about playing rhythm. Of course, you still have to master your strumming, your arpeggiated picking, things like that. But it really comes down to your chords, okay? So the more you know about your chords, how to construct chords, how to change chords to majors, minors, all that stuff, the better off you're going to be, okay? So what we're going to do is just do a quick little lesson here on chord embellishment theory. We won't go massive dead or anything, but I'm just going to show you a few things here, okay? So let's just say, for sake of argument, we're going to start with the key of C, okay? Key of C. And the reason why we're going to pick C is because of the fact that it doesn't have any sharps or flats in it, okay? So we'll say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C, okay? And if we give each one of these a note value, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? Now when we make what we do to make chords is we make them out of this right here. And what's great about like theory is you don't even need the guitar in your hand. I've talked about this before in some other videos. Now, of course, what you want to do is take this information and apply it to your guitar. But let's just say for sake of argument, sorry about that, I hope I talk. We take this information right here and we say, okay, we want to make a major triad. Well, a major triad is going to be the 1, the 3, and the 5, okay, of this information right here. A minor triad is going to be the 1, flat 3, 5 of this information, okay? And this goes with any key you work in, okay? We're just working with this one because it doesn't have any sharps or flats in it, okay? Now let's say that we want to change it to, you know, a augmented triad. These are triads because they're considered 3 notes, okay? So we can say these equal triads, okay? Now you also have dyads, which would be 2 notes, okay? Like say a power chord would be a 1 and a 5, a harmony chord, a 1 and a 3, an octave chord, and a 1 and an 8, okay? And we'll look at that a little bit, but let's take a look at these, for instance, right here. So for right now, if we're going to make a major triad, it's going to be a 1, 3, 5. So we can look up here and know that the 1 is going to be a C, the 3 is going to be an E, and the 5 is going to be a G. Those are the 3 chords that are going to be, or the 3 notes that are going to be in that chord. If we want to make it a minor triad, we want to flatten the 3rd, which is the E. So now we're going to have a C, E flat, and a G, okay? Or D sharp. It's sharp and flats are the same depending on which way you're going. Oops, that G should be over here. Sorry about that. Okay, so C, E flat, and G, okay? Now let's say we want to make it a major 6 chord, all right? So let's say a major 6, we would have the 1, 3, 5, 6. If we wanted to make it a minor 6, we'd have the 1, flat 3, 5, 6. So once again, we have the C, the E, the G, and now we want to add the 6, and that tells us it's going to be an A. So we add the A to that chord, we now have a major 6 chord. If we wanted to have a minor 6 chord, we just do what we did before. We have the C, we have the E flat, we have the G, and then we have the A, because the A is the 6th, okay? Let's say we want to have a C7 chord. Well, our C7 chord is going to be adding this flat 7, which means we're going to flatten this one. So let's say we wanted to do a C7 chord, then we would have the 1, 3, 5, flat 7. So that would be our C, E, G, and then a B flat. Okay? pretty simple stuff. Once you understand how you construct chords, this is what you want to do when you're constructing chords, okay? If you wanted to have a natural 7, like a C major 7, okay, you'd have a natural 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. So now you have the C, E, G, and then the regular B, and not the B flat, okay? If you want to have a minor 7, you'd flatten the 3rd, okay, and the 7. So that would give you a minor 7. Do you see how that really constructs your chords? Do you see how that works? Okay, and it works with all your chords, you know, your diminished chords, your augmented chords. If you want to do like a sus4, you're going to take the 3 and move that to the 4, which would be a 1, 4, 5, which would be your C, F, G, okay? That makes sense. It's pretty basic, but you got to understand this stuff. You got to understand how to create these chords. You got to understand that if you're going to do, like, let's say we said that these were triads, right? Because there's three notes. If you're going to do a dyad, that's 2 notes. So you could have chords like your power chord would be like, say, a C5 would equal the 1 and the 5, okay? Then if you had like a harmony chord, like a 3rd, that'd be the 1 and the 3rd. Or if you had an octave chord, that would be the 1 and the 8. Okay, and if you look up here, this information is going to tell you exactly what those notes are going to be. So for your C5 would be the 1, would be the C and the G. And if you look up if you play your C5 power chord, you're going to see very clearly that it's made up of those 2 notes. Okay, if you play a 3rd, okay, which is a harmony chord, you're going to play the 1 and the 3rd, which is going to be the C and the E. You put those 2 notes together and see how that sounds. And you're going to see it has a different sound to it. It has a very unique sound to it, which is great for certain aspects of what you're playing. Your octave chord is going to be the 1 and the 8, which are the same and the same, which means that they're going to be a C and a C, just an octave apart. And those are really common chords to play in guitar. So the more you know this stuff, the more you're going to be able to construct chords, your 6s, your 7s, your 9s, your 11s, 13s, you know, alternate chords, and you're going to have a much better understanding of how to create chords to be a really great rhythm guitar player. All right, so there we have a simple, easy lesson, a little bit basics on chord embellishment theory. It kind of goes a little bit more in depth with that, but that's the basic fundamentals of how it works. And if you're going to be playing rhythm guitar, and that's kind of your specialty, I would highly recommend study that stuff, okay? Study your chords, study how they're built, study how you can manipulate the notes to make different chords, okay? And because that's a big part of playing rhythm, is those chords. And also you also want to learn about your picking hand development too, like how to strum them and how to arpeggiate the chords, maybe how to do finger style. There's all kinds of different aspects to being really good at playing rhythm, and you don't want to overlook that. You know, I know a lot of people like the solos, they're kind of fancy to play and they're fun, but remember, playing rhythm is very, very important, okay? It's very important to be a really good, solid rhythm player and have really good timing. I can't mention to you how many times I've come across musicians that I've tried to play with and they just don't have good timing because they don't work on that. So make sure you work on that. If you're timing, you know, get you a metronome if necessary, or, you know, a drum machine, or, you know, work with songs. That's what I like about working with songs, because it helps to improve your timing, okay? So whatever you got to do to improve your timing, there's many different ways you can do it. Just work on that. Work on that every day and make sure you know your chords, okay? And if you need some help with your rhythm playing, I highly recommend check out my book that I wrote, Rhythm Guitar Alchemy. This is Rhythm Guitar Alchemy is a step-by-step method of study that is fun and easy to learn, with secret formulas, elements, and properties that cater to the scientific development of rhythm guitar playing in theory and practice, okay? So it's basically the science of getting better at playing rhythm guitar, okay? And it goes through all this really good stuff on playing rhythm guitar, okay? You get rhythm guitar basics, you know, understanding your chord diagrams, understanding your tablature. I have it both in chord diagrams and tablature. The more you know how to read that stuff, that's just going to make you a better musician overall, okay? Basic major chords, basic minor chords. We've got common rhythm techniques like strumming, arpeggiating, palm muting, finger style. We've got bar chords, which if you ever try to play bar chords, those are hard, they're tough. You know, this gives you some insights on how to make it easier, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff you can do with bar chords. You can really build out some really cool chords when you work with those, okay? Also, adding embellishments, like what we just talked about in this lesson. I talk about how to add the 4th, the 6th, the 7th, the 9th, okay? Rhythm timing formulas, like I mentioned to you, timing, very, very important, okay? You can know the chords, but you got to have good timing, and it's very, very important. I also show you some stuff about how to increase your timing, how to make that better. Plus, I also give you some additional training, like some finger exercising, how to switch chords easier, some practice habits, using a capo, and all kinds of really good stuff in there, okay? So this book is great for that. It comes, you know, we got the diagrams in there, and the tablature, and in the chord, you know, the chord charts too. I show you how to read that. I give you chord progressions to practice with. Give you all kinds of good stuff here for like your finger style and stuff like that. So if you're looking to improve your rhythm guitar playing, I would highly recommend check out this book. You can find it on Amazon. It's in Amazon in both Kindle format, and you can also find it in my eBay store at Dwayne's Guitar World, where if you buy it from there, I will send you a personally signed copy from me, okay? So check that out, improve your rhythm, always be working on that. It's really, really important. It'll make you a much better guitar player in the long run, I guarantee it, all right? So keep practicing every day. Thanks once again for being here. If you have any questions, or if you feel that you've got anything out of this video, please let me know in the comments below. That really helps me out to let me know that you're getting some value out of the lesson that I'm teaching here today. And be sure to watch for our future videos, okay? So keep practicing, and until our next lesson, take care.